invite Dominic to invite our speaker, Dileep.
Good afternoon, everyone. Artificial intelligence is increasingly shaping our everyday lives. From recommendation systems on platforms like Netflix or YouTube to autonomous vehicles and healthcare diagnostics. Today, we are honored to have Mr. Dileep Eipe with us to lead an educational session on this fascinating topic. Dileep is the co-founder of NowFrills.ai, an AI-powered search engine supporting Indic languages, and also Vital Halo, a healthcare monitoring startup. He's also the ex-co-founder of WaterSale, cashierless store that was later acquired by Amazon. Let's welcome Mr. Dileep Eipe as he shares his insights on AI and its impact on our lives.
Hi, good afternoon. Hope you're all having a great afternoon so far. First and foremost, I would like to thank our respected bishop, dear Achins, and the committee for giving me this opportunity to speak about the application of artificial intelligence. Is there an echo or is it just me? Oh, got you. A brief introduction about myself. My name is Dileep Jacob. Very easy name to remember, like the Bollywood film star Dileep Kumar, not the Malayali film actor. Okay, but sure. But I assume that my parents named me Dileep, thinking that I would turn out to be a dashing film personality, but I did prove them wrong. So I was the co-founder of a company called WaterSale, which was an autonomous cashierless store. And currently I'm working on two startups. One is a healthcare startup called Vital Halo, and another is an AI-based search engine called NoFrills.ai. I'm the father to 3 boys and a dog. My youngest is in elementary, the middle son is in middle school, and the older is in high school. I know there's a lot of Ubering in the morning, but that being said, the reason I mentioned my oldest son is in high school is because I get a lot of compliments saying that I don't look that old to have a son in high school. So jokes apart, getting into down to business, you all know Shah Rukh Khan, right? So I would like to call Shah Rukh Khan and ask him to give a brief introduction about the history of the Malangara Malabar Church and also do a small prayer for us. Hi, Shah Rukh. Yeah, I know it's late, but if you could just give that small intro like we discussed. Okay, I'll put you on speaker.
Also known as the Malankara Orthodox Syrian Church, was founded in the 1st century AD by St. Thomas, one of the 12 disciples of Jesus Christ. It is one of the oldest Christian churches in the world and has a rich history of traditions, practices, and teachings that have been passed down through the centuries. The church follows the Syriac Orthodox tradition and is based in Kerala, India.
Yeah, if you could say the prayer.
Dear Lord, we come to you today thanking you for all the blessing you have poured in our lives. We ask that you watch over us and protect us from any harm. Please be with us and give us peace and strength. We believe in your power and know that you are always with us. In Jesus' name, Amen.
I mean, we all agree that's not Shah Rukh Khan, right? So what is that? Yeah, that's an AI character that has the same voice, the same persona, and most importantly, certain amount of intelligence, just like as of Shah Rukh Khan. Welcome to the world of AI. So what does AI stand for? Anybody in the crowd? Well, up to last Sunday, Prime Minister Modi ji mentioned that AI is aspirational Indians or American Indians. Isn't that even better? The next slide, please. So what is basically AI? So AI in simple terms is intelligence by machines. It's a field of research in computer science where you develop programs with intelligence to get to a predefined goal. So basically AI was always there, but what happened in the last 1 year or 2 years? Greater investment in industry, greater adoption of computers, availability of bigger data sets, algorithms in machine learning has propelled AI growth in the last year. So we all use some sort of AI device in our homes, right? Can you guys name some of them that you guys have? Yeah, exactly. Alexa, Siri, Apple, HomePod. So have you ever noticed that around the dinner table you're discussing about, say, a trip to London, and in a few days you start getting images on the screen of places to see, places to eat, places to visit in London? Right? You guys get that, right? I mean, it's creepy, right? Now, I just want to share an experience I had with my AI device. I had a cat, she was pretty attached to me. My wife used to refer to her as the other woman. We had her for 17 years, and unfortunately, she passed away this April. But ever since, a couple of days after she passed away, I noticed like I'm getting images on my AI device showing cute kittens for sale in the neighborhood. So I was jokingly telling my wife that at this rate, my device, he won't wait 24 hours if something happens to me to start sending pictures of eligible bachelors, right? It's crazy. It really is. So that being said, could we have the next slide, please? So I would like to share some practical use cases in different industries that can benefit all our daily lives. Some of these are actually concepts, but for sure they're going to be part and parcel of our lives in the coming years. So the first industry I want to touch briefly is AI in education. So what's happening in AI in education is that there's personalized learning. AI helps create personalized learning experience for students. Dreambox uses AI to provide customized lessons on how well a student is grasping concepts. Smart tutoring systems, systems like Khan Academy can provide one-on-one assistance for students outside the classrooms. Automated grading tools like GradeScope can assist teachers, grade tests, quizzes, and essays. It frees up teachers' time for more interaction with students. AI-powered study tools, apps like Quizlet uses AI to generate practice questions, quizzes, and flashcards based on what students are learning. You have virtual classrooms. AI can act as teaching assistants. edX uses AI to answer questions in forums or chat box. Enhanced capabilities. AI tools can support students with special needs. Voice recognition software or speech or to text or text to speech can help students with disabilities like dyslexia. AI for teachers. AI tools like Classcraft analyze classroom behavior and academic progress. Predictive analytics, AI can predict at-risk students by analyzing data from assignments, attendance, and test scores, allowing for early intervention to improve students' success rates. Could I have the next slides, please? So before we go into that, I want to give some practical cases that I have chalked out on how we can make a personal connections to these applications. So let's imagine Evelyn, a third grader, writes down the math problem that she's having with paper. The AI visual recognition capabilities identifies the question and confirms if it is correct, else guides her through each step to solve it. It explains why each step is taken, ensuring that Evelyn not only gets the correct answers, but also understands the process. Another application, Tina, 11th grader, is preparing for her SAT. AI quizzes Tina on various SAT questions and uses its adaptive learning modules to identify her weak areas. Based on the analysis, it customizes a study plan with target exercises to help her improve. Alex, a 6th grader, has to learn the capitals of the United States for a geography test. AI gamifies the learning experience. It shows a map and asks Alex to point out states, then audibly announces the capital and any interesting facts about each state, making the learning process more enjoyable and memorable. Dia, a high school student, is interested in learning about famous paintings, but finds art books a bit overwhelming. Dia can show images of famous paintings to AI. Using its visual foundation models, AI recognizes the artworks and provides commentary on the techniques, history, and significance of each painting, fostering a deeper understanding of art. Another use case, Venkat, an 8th grader, wants to improve his guitar skills but doesn't have access to a music teacher. Venkat can play chords, and AI's advanced audio interactions identifies the notes. It provides feedback and then suggests experiments to improve skills, including video tutorials or music sheets that might improve his learning. So this is a pretty interesting one. Ashwin, a 7th grader, has been feeling down but doesn't know why. Through daily interactions, AI can monitor fluctuations in Ashwin's mood by analyzing what he says and how he says it. If it detects consistent signs of low mood, it can recommend speaking to a counselor and offer resources on emotional well-being. Dileep, a 9th grader, feels anxious about social interactions and public speaking. AI engages Dileep in simulated social scenarios where he can practice conversations and even public speaking. It provides real-time feedback and coping strategies, helping him build confidence. So another industry that I want to touch on is AI in healthcare. So how many folks here work in healthcare? If you don't mind raising your hand. Wow, I truly believe that you guys do a special appreciation and recognition, especially for the long hours that you put in, all the stress that you take, and exposing yourself to all kinds of sickness and health, just to take care of other people. It's amazing. Let's give a round of applause as a sign of appreciation for all their services. Thank you. So in healthcare, I want to touch on radiology. The reason I'm touching on radiology is because there has been great adoption in radiology. Some of the tools that they're right now using in radiology is for enhanced image analysis. AI systems can analyze X-rays, CT scans, and mammograms with high degrees of accuracy, detecting tumors, fractures earlier than traditional methods. They can also assist in identifying subtle patterns that may be missed by human eye. Productivity: AI can analyze images and highlight areas of concern, allowing faster diagnosis. Reducing errors: AI algorithms are trained on vast data in identifying conditions like fractures, pneumonia, reducing risk of misdiagnosis. Prioritizing critical care: AI can quickly analyze images and prioritize cases depending on findings. It can flag a brain hemorrhage as urgent. Screening and early detection: AI is valuable in screening conditions like breast cancer, where large volumes of mammograms need to be analyzed. It can shift through large data, flagging potential issues for further analysis. So basically in radiology, one is used by radiologists so that the AI can detect where in the image that they have to look for any issues. The radiologist can double check their work to check for accuracy, and also AI can push the cases in the queue, the ones that's more urgent, so it doesn't wait to be addressed. The next slide, please. So AI in healthcare, mental health chatbots and virtual therapists. AI chatbots like Yuvajana and Wobit offer real-time mental health cares, support by engaging users in conversations to address issues like stress, anxiety, and depression. So they use natural language, so it's not just regular chatbots. It's like an intuitive chatbot. It responds to you. It actually gives, it's like having a conversation with a real therapist. Predict analytics for early detection. AI can analyze patterns in speech, social media activity to detect early signs of depression, suicidal thoughts. AI in mental health diagnosis. AI algorithms can analyze data, patient questionnaire, or interview transcripts to assist clinicians in diagnosing mental health disorders. I mean, this is pretty important because right now there's long waiting periods, maybe up to like 3-4 months to see, especially a child psychiatrist. And some things like these can actually make them more productive and also reduce time to see physicians. Therapy and counseling. AI is used to track patient progress over time using digital tools and provide insights on mood patterns and therapy outcomes. AI-driven mental health apps. Apps like Headspace and Calm provide a range of services from mood tracking to guided medication. They can also provide relaxation exercises, breathing techniques, and other mindful exercises depending on users' mood or stress levels. Providing immediate support. Chatbots offer immediate support to individuals in crisis, helping reduce suicides. Again, this is, they have 24/7 access, so that's pretty important. And now even in the US, there is, I think, a new toll-free number for mental health emergencies. I think it's 988, if I'm not mistaken. So the next slide is about AI virtual nurses. This is another sector where AI is adapting quickly. 24/7 support. Virtual nurses provide round-the-clock support and is particularly useful in managing chronic conditions. AI symptoms and monitoring and assessment. AI nurses can assess symptoms by asking guided questions. AI systems are integrated with variables to collect data like heart rate, blood pressure, glucose levels. Medication reminders, they can also remind patients by reminding them of their medication and also keep track of dosage. Next slide, please. Post-surgical care, AI nurses provide instructions on wound care, pain management, track recovery, detect complications, and advise on follow-up care. Emergency support, AI nurses can assist in triaging by assessing symptoms requiring immediate attention and prioritizing patients needing urgent care in clinical settings. Health coach and disease management for patients with conditions like diabetes, heart disease, asthma. Virtual nurses can monitor symptoms and provide recommendations, especially for managing flare-ups. In case, it can also alert caregivers if the conditions worsen. And there are a few companies that's doing this currently. One of them is Hypocritical.ai, and it's actually by an Indian origin owner, and they have started providing AI nurses to healthcare groups. It's just a matter of time now. You know, things like our blood results, you will probably have like an AI-generated nurse call for that because it's very easy to pick up what is off, and they can do that. So it's only a matter of time that these concepts will be part of the ecosystem. Next slide.
So how this technology works is basically what it's doing is reflective light is able to go underneath your skin, and then from there I'm able to see the blood flow in your face in real time. So from that 30-second video, it goes to our cloud. From the cloud, and then we've then compared to our AI models, and it brings you back down, your health condition. I just picked up your heart rate. The stars at the bottom basically represent what we call signal to noise. That just lets me know if there's enough light on your face for us to take a measurement.
Okay.
Thank you. So,
next slide, please. So this was a startup that I came across at the American Telemedicine Association show in Phoenix earlier this year. So what it does is you just have to look at a tablet, and in 30 seconds, reflective light measures the blood flow under your face, and it gives all these readings. Readings like your A1C levels, your certain triglyceride levels, your risk for strokes, risk for heart attacks. Just look at the tablet for 30 seconds and you get all this information. And I can vouch that this is pretty close because I just had my blood work prior to doing this, and it did tell me that my triglycerides is not the best. It did tell me that I was pretty close to being pre-diabetic. And it also did tell me that I was like 5 years younger than my real age. So I do vouch that it works. But just imagine, right? For us guys, we on the weekend, we wake up and in the background, we are looking at the mirror. In the background, the spouse is screaming, you need to do the lawn today. You need to go to Costco. You need to go to the Indian store. And now after that, now you have to come and look at this, and then your wife is going to decide what you're going to eat or how many miles you got to run. I mean, this is the exact description of a crystal ball for your healthcare. I mean, I wouldn't want this in my house, though. Sure, next slide.
കാർഡും മൊബൈലും കാശുമൊക്കെ വീട്ടിൽ തന്നെ വെച്ചിട്ട് ഇനി ധൈര്യത്തോടെ ഷോപ്പിങ്ങിന് ഇറങ്ങാം. അപ്പോൾ ബില്ല് എങ്ങനെ പേ ചെയ്യുമെന്നല്ലേ? കൗണ്ടറിലെ കുട്ടിയെ നോക്കി ചുമ്മാ ഒന്ന് ചിരിച്ചാൽ മതി. കണ്ണ് തള്ളണ്ട, കാര്യം സത്യമാണ്. ഫെഡറൽ ബാങ്കാണ് ചുമ്മാ പുഞ്ചിരിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് പേയ്മെന്റ് നടത്താവുന്ന സ്മൈൽ പേ എന്ന സംവിധാനം അവതരിപ്പിച്ചിരിക്കുന്നത്. ഒരു ആധാർ അധിഷ്ഠിത പേയ്മെന്റ് സംവിധാനമാണ് സ്മൈൽ പേ. ക്യാഷോ കാർഡോ UPI ഒക്കെ ഉപയോഗിച്ച് പേയ്മെന്റ് നടത്തുന്നതിന് പകരം മർച്ചന്റിന്റെ പക്കലുള്ള ആപ്പിൽ നമ്മുടെ ആധാർ നമ്പറോ ആധാറുമായി ലിങ്ക് ചെയ്ത മൊബൈൽ നമ്പറോ കൊടുക്കുക. തുടർന്ന് സ്ക്രീനിൽ നോക്കി ഒന്ന് പുഞ്ചിരിക്കുക. അത്രേ വേണ്ടൂ, പേയ്മെന്റ് നടന്നുകൊള്ളൂ. ബയോമെട്രിക് വെരിഫിക്കേഷൻ നടക്കുന്നതുകൊണ്ട് നമ്മുടെ ആധാർ നമ്പറോ മൊബൈൽ നമ്പറോ അറിയാമെങ്കിൽ പോലും മറ്റൊരാൾക്ക് പേയ്മെന്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ സാധിക്കുന്നതുമല്ല. മറ്റു പേയ്മെന്റുകളേക്കാൾ കുറഞ്ഞ സമയത്തിൽ പേയ്മെന്റുകൾ നടത്താവുന്നതാണ്. കൂടാതെ ഏതെങ്കിലും ആപ്പ് ഡൗൺലോഡ് ചെയ്യേണ്ടതുമില്ല. ആധാറിൽ നൽകിയിട്ടുള്ള മൊബൈൽ നമ്പർ രജിസ്റ്റർ ചെയ്ത ബാങ്ക് അക്കൗണ്ടിൽ നിന്നാവും പേയ്മെന്റ് പോവുക. അതുകൊണ്ട് ഒന്നിലധികം അക്കൗണ്ട് ഉള്ളവർ പ്രസ്തുത അക്കൗണ്ടിൽ ആവശ്യത്തിന് ബാലൻസ് കരുതണം.
Isn't that cool? ഈ പയ്യന്മാർക്ക് കടയിൽ പോയി പെൺപിള്ളേരെ നോക്കി ചിരിച്ച പൈസ പോവും. So this is another interesting startup that I came across, AI in pet care. So did you know that the nose print in a dog is just like our fingerprints. So nose print is very similar to fingerprints. So all you got to do is take a picture of your pet, and it does the biometric scan, and there's no need for microchipping of your pet. So if your pet gets lost, somebody gets it, they just have to take a picture of the face. It shows who the owner is. I mean, I think it's pretty cool. It's a Korean company, and I'm sure it's just a matter of time before Samsung incorporates it into their phones by default. So this is, I'm just going to talk a little bit about the two startups I'm currently working on. So the first one I mentioned is Vital Halo. It's in a prototyping stage. Well, the key features is basically it's a non-wearable, contactless device monitoring vital signs such as heart rate, temperature, and more to detect anomalies. With radar technology, we track vital sign readings, including any physical movements, to provide input for better sleep and also track correlation between sleep and stress. With the AI stethoscope and otoscope, we leverage data repositories to detect wheezing, ear infection, and other respiratory conditions. Our AI agent can act like caregivers, answering any healthcare-related questions, remind users of medication, all in the language of their choice. Imagine a future where people, regardless of location, time of day, age, or physical conditions, has access to an intelligent, adaptive system that has the ability for round-the-clock monitoring of your health stats and provide input of your health. This is a revolutionary two-part medical device, a docking station, and a handheld device. The docking station is a first-of-its-kind, non-wearable, contactless device that can continuously and independently monitor heart rates, sleep patterns, and temperature. The device is powered by an array of unique algorithms which, along with customized AI predictive tools, will recommend best sleep practices by analyzing environmental parameters like temperature, light, pollutants that can adversely affect the quality of sleep. A smoke sensor and a carbon monoxide sensor for detection of any fire hazards are also incorporated into the unit. I had this added after hearing about the tragic death of a MarThoma family in Kuwait from a fire. The device also has a handheld instrument that combines the functionality of a stethoscope, oximeter, and an otoscope. The AI-trained camera works as an otoscope, but can also predict ear infections at a better rate than trained clinicians. Post-COVID has dramatically reshaped the healthcare landscape, emphasizing on critical role of early diagnosis. Some of the most affected people were the aging population who couldn't get access to healthcare aids to ensure all vital stats were within normal acceptable range of readings. As the global population ages, the demand for in-home healthcare services are skyrocketing. Many elderly and chronically ill individuals prefer to stay in their homes rather than move to assisted living facilities. The shortage of healthcare professionals and the high cost with in-home care create significant barriers. Telemedicine has become very popular since COVID, but at the same time, there are a lot of limitations to the quality of diagnosis because of the lack of physical examination of the patient. A large underprivileged population in the world has limited access to healthcare infrastructure, including hospitals, clinics, and medical equipments. Lack of education leads to poor understanding of severity of diseases and health conditions. By continuously monitoring and analyzing data, we will be able to accurately predict a wide range of abnormalities at a very early stage, reducing hospitalizations. Our vision is to improve healthcare for all, irrespective of race, gender, and backgrounds, thereby empowering communities to thrive despite socio-economic challenge. This is a perfect example of how AI can improve healthcare and outcomes. So this is the other startup that I was mentioning. No Frills is a revolutionary AI-powered search engine that is set to transform how users search and discover information, products, and services online. It is the first live language model to support Indic languages like Malayalam, Hindi, Telugu, Punjabi, Bengali. Using No Frills is as easy as visiting nofrills.ai, selecting your language, and asking questions. Traditional search engines like Google and Bing typically provide users with a list of links in response to their queries, often prioritizing paid and artificially optimized listings. Unfortunately, the URLs that actually contain the answers to the user's queries are often buried deep within the second or third page of the results, leaving users to shift through each URL to determine whether it's clickbait or a reliable source of information. While Google and Bing excel at rapidly providing links for keyword searches like flight charges, they struggle to provide accurate sources for queries asked in natural languages. In addition to that, Google and Bing are unable to comprehend follow-up queries. For example, when you retrieve results from a Google keyword search like hotels for rent, you cannot ask a follow-up question like how many offer flexible checkout time. You need to frame a keyword, and then too you might get the same results. Go to the next slide. So I'm just showing the practical use case of No Frills.
Okay, മോളെ നാളെ കുഞ്ഞിന് എന്താ ബ്രേക്ക്ഫാസ്റ്റ് വേണ്ടത്?
Can I have pancakes?
Pancake. Okay. പക്ഷേ അതെങ്ങനെയാ മോളെ ഉണ്ടാക്കുന്നേ?
You take flour, milk, eggs, sugar, mix it, then you put it in the pan and you flip it.
എനിക്ക് മനസ്സിലായില്ലല്ലോ മോളെ.
We can use no frills. So I'll switch it to Malayalam and see pancake recipe.
ഓ ഇത് കൊള്ളാമല്ലോ മോളെ. ഇതെങ്ങനെ ഫോണിൽ കിട്ടുമോ? ഓക്കെ, ഇത് കൊള്ളാം. അയ്യോ, ഇത് പാൻകേക്ക് ഉണ്ടാക്കുന്ന രീതി എല്ലാം ഉണ്ട്. അമ്മച്ചി നാളെ ഉണ്ടാക്കി തരാം കേട്ടോ. പിന്നെ ഇനിയും ഇതെങ്ങനെ ഇത് എടുക്കുന്നതെന്ന് കാണിച്ചു തരണേ. ഓക്കെ.
Next video, please.
Hey Ammachi, can you help me write a poem in Malayalam for Onam, please?
ഓ, കുഞ്ഞിന് ഓണത്തെക്കുറിച്ച് മലയാളത്തിൽ വേണമെന്നോ? ഓക്കെ. ആ മോളെ നോ ഫ്രിൽസ് നോക്കിയാൽ മതി. ഇത് നോക്കി അടിച്ച് അപ്പോൾ കിട്ടും, കുഞ്ഞിന് മലയാളത്തിൽ കിട്ടും. നോ ഫ്രിൽസ് അടിച്ച് നോക്കി.
Okay, here, I'll just switch the language to Malayalam and then write me a poem about Onam. Oh, okay. Is this good?
ആ, ഇതാ അമ്മച്ചി പറഞ്ഞത്. ഓക്കെ, ഇത് നോക്കിയാൽ മതി, കുഞ്ഞിന് കിട്ടും കേട്ടോ. നോക്കിയെടുത്താൽ മതി. ഇതാ അമ്മച്ചി പറഞ്ഞത്.
So I want to quickly go over a practical case use of how an AI-powered search engine would benefit the common man. In a small village 60 miles north of Lucknow in Uttar Pradesh, the largest state in India, Raghav smiles looking at his harvest. He has rainy day funds saved. This has been all possible thanks to nofrills.ai India's first AI search engine supporting Indian languages. Raghav's story is of transformation and his will to learn and adapt. Generation-old knowledge of farming is not enough to face the challenges of climate change, soil degradation, and fluctuating global prices driven by uncertainties arising from wars and pandemics in various parts of the world. No Frills has brought the world's knowledge to Raghav's fingertips. In India, just 11% of the population just speak English. Breaking language barriers and empowering users to communicate in their preferred language, No Frill provides real-time, accurate information. Traditional search languages provide a list of URLs in response to queries, prioritizing paid and artificially optimized ones. Sometimes the answers from the traditional search engines are buried deep in the second or third page of the results, making it overwhelming for the users, leading them to abandon the search. In Raghav's case, he was able to use No Frills to understand the importance of soil health, crop rotation, use of fertilizers, and pest control. He implemented the knowledge he acquired in his farming process. No Frills also taught him how to conserve water and invest in drip irrigation systems, as the area he lives in experienced erratic rainfall and the irrigation methods used were wasteful and insufficient. Using the solution, he was able to get real-time weather updates, market prices, and farming advice tailored to the region. He has made strides in improving his standard of living. His journey is a testament of the power of knowledge and the importance of up-to-date information. No Frills has something to offer for everyone out there. Imagine an older person can now look up for potential causes of a knee pain in the middle of the night by asking No Frills in the language of her choice. An underprivileged child has now access to the world's knowledge, which otherwise would entail having to buy expensive books which would be beyond their reach. We plan to use this technology and solution to bridge language barriers and to uplift the lives of millions of people by giving everyone an opportunity to access quality, reliable, and up-to-date information for every imaginable query. So that's the QR code. So if a few folks could just try opening up No Frills, you can ask any question. Like I mentioned, it's not giving you links that you have to find answers to. It's giving you an answer. You can ask any complicated math problem. You can ask how to dissect a frog. You can ask anything that you want and see what you get in the language of your choice. So there is, if you want, the previous slide, please. Previous one. Previous. Yeah. So there is an icon there for a guided mode, and in the guided mode, it will ask you questions. So for example, right, you want to buy Tesla stocks today. And you could ask No Frills, is Tesla a good stock to buy? In the guided mode, it will prompt you to answer questions like, are you looking for short-term investment? Are you looking for long-term investment? How much money do you want to put in? So it basically does the search for you. It's a human brain. It's equivalent to the reasoning of a human brain. So any of you young guys want to ask like a physics problem, a math problem? Any of you want to ask, say, recipe for kheer, or in Hindi, if anybody speaks Telugu or Kannada, you can ask it. You can switch the languages right there on the prompt. And by the way, we will have the app with conversational capacity in the coming weeks, and there will be characters incorporated. So a Tamil-speaking person basically can ask an avatar like Rajnikant or Jayalalitha questions, and it will answer back to you. You guys can, Dulquer Salman, you can have a character similar to Dulquer Salman to communicate and ask questions. So, yeah, and of course, then the visual AI model will also come where you can take a picture and ask what plant it is. You can take a picture of, say, a mole on your dog and ask what it is. So this is just the start. And the opportunity that what it can do is endless. So that being said, once the conversational mode comes into play, an Amachi in the middle of the night thinks she has COVID, she can ask, "Endua symptoms of COVID, allergy, Vityasam," and it will reply back to you in Malayalam, the language that you choose. Be it Hindi, Telugu, any of the languages that you choose, it can do that. And this is the first of its kind in the world, actually. ChatGPT doesn't have this type of features. So anybody wants to give any input? No, I think, what was the question you asked? Oh, there is also, okay, so in this, there is a new section called Newsverse, which is AI-generated news. So basically, you have so many different tabs on the top. So there will be characters that will say, tell you news from India, or character that will tell you news from the US, technology. So those are also different features that's being added on. Yeah, please go ahead and ask. So I think you just got to go to. Okay, so here you can type the question. Sure.
My wife asked, "Why is my husband stupid?" And this says, "I understand that you are asking about your husband, and I'm here to help. Before we dive into this, I want to acknowledge that it's natural to have frustrations and concerns about our loved ones.
Interesting, right?
However, it's essential to approach this conversation with empathy and understanding."
Wow. So do you want to ask a question in another language, like Malayalam? So it definitely can be a big game changer, especially for the common man. So the auto guy in India can ask, tire martin, where to get spare parts. They can take a picture of something and upload it, and it will give you all the information. Any other inputs? Do you want to ask like a complicated problem, a math problem? So what I mentioned earlier about education, all of that will eventually be able to be done through the solution. So do you want to go to the next slide? I guess we're running out of time. So ethical considerations. So to what extent should AI be accountable for decisions made in fields of healthcare, criminal justice, or autonomous vehicles? Should responsibility lie with the developers, the users, or combinations of both? So will any of you create a character with your persona and voice to leave it for your loved ones after you leave this world? Is humanity having feelings for innate characters and also communicating with them to overcome loneliness? Just for information, the first app that I used, Character AI, the one that talked like Shah Rukh Khan, that was actually purchased for $10 billion by Google because they had 250 million users in 6 months. So are we going to go and create a character like us so our grandkids can speak to us and we will reply back intelligently in our same personality? It's possible, but I don't know where to draw the ethical lines. So airlines, the other day I just read that airlines are looking to increase prices on the tickets if you're searching for it, if you're going for a funeral or a wedding. But at the same time, imagine you have a shopping assistant in Amazon, right? And you can ask, I want this white shirt in size 42 with black buttons. It would do the search for you and give you the result. So there are pros and cons to both of it. Last slide, please. Conclusion, AI is the fastest adopted technology in history. Typewriters, it took 40 years for the common man to reach. 60% of the Americans had cars only 25 years after it was introduced. But 100 million people started using ChatGPT in the first 2 months. 40% of the population in the US is using AI today. AI definitely has played the potential to significantly enhance productivity and efficiency and create opportunities for a new kind of work. I would like to end by saying from Jeff Bezos, CEO of Amazon, with regards to technology, you will always have to lean to the future when it comes to technology. If you lean away, technology is always going to win. Hope you enjoyed this presentation. If you did enjoy it, my name is Dileep Jacob. Email is, you can reach me at dileep@nofrills.ai or djacob@vitalhalo.com. And if you didn't like the presentation, my name